Good morning, welcome to my vlog. Well, I'm in hospital. Let me show you around. So my take a break that my partner brought in last night to cheer me up. Some sweets, quavers. I brought my sewing over there. This is my machine for my heart rate. I have these attached to my person that I have to plug myself back in. I'm in a room on my own. This is my bathroom. So I better explain why I'm here, basically. Hi, interesting vlog. As you know, I've been having issues the last so many weeks, 2-3 weeks. I went to the doctors, they said that I was anemic. They also said that my blood pressure was really high. So I was being monitored at home with one of those monitors that the doctors give you and you write it down every day. Anyway, it was getting higher. And my weekend was okay. I was just getting like the odd little flutter in my heart and stuff. Anyway, after I finished teaching on Monday night, I was trying to watch The Watcher, you know, on Netflix. And the dog was playing, giving me the ball and stuff, but it was getting harder and harder to pick up the ball and throw the ball back. And my heart was beating pretty fast and heavy, and it just got worse and worse and worse over the period of about an hour. I was starting to get a little bit out of breath, and it was beating that fast. I was starting to become dizzy and sort of weird, so I hoped it would stop. You know, I was about an hour went by and I'm thinking, I'm gonna be fine, it's gonna be fine, it's gonna stop. I'm just having a little do, that's all. Anyway, it didn't stop. I had to eventually give in and call the ambulance. Ambulance came within about 20 minutes. They were absolutely fantastic. They'd come from quite a local city to us, town to us, so they were at my house pretty quick. Took me out in a little wheelie chair to the ambulance, and I felt horrendous. I was seriously worried in the ambulance. They gave me a drip and my heart was beating about 200 when it's supposed to be 80, so there was something seriously going on. So they took me straight into resus at the hospital. The doctors were absolutely fantastic. A guy called Mark was like cardiologist, respiratory guy, knew everything. They put me on a drug to try and stop my heart, slow down my heart. It wasn't working very well. I was having this impending doom. It was awful. Yeah, I was really worried at that point. Eventually it started to come down. We're talking about 3 o'clock in the morning. They wanted to keep an eye on me. They moved me to this room from resus. So I've got my own room. And I've been here since 5 o'clock, not this morning, but the morning before. I have a drip here, which I have had. I've had blood thinners, I've had beta blockers, medication to slow down the heart. I was told yesterday not to eat and drink anything because I might need to go into have my heart shocked back into a normal rhythm, but they decided that they're going to put me on blood thinners first so that any lumps or clots or anything that's in there, because of the way that it's beating, apparently the top is beating way faster than the bottom. Anyway, so they've put me on blood thinners so that they can thin the blood, so that there's no clots that can move around the body to the brain, so that there's no risk of like a stroke. And that's where we are. They may let me go home today. My actual hospital is Leeds LGI, I'm based there. And it'll be 7 years in January since my last heart operation. And I've got this far. So apparently SVT was the issue. which caused me to be here, but there could be a valve issue, there could be a leak, we don't know yet. So they may let me go home from here, but I'm going to be on blood thinners, then I'm going to go over to, oh, I'm getting the, hello. So that was the nurse coming in and asking me about food for today. Today is cheese sandwich for dinner, like afternoon, but I don't know if I'll still be here. And I can't even remember now. Lunch was vegetarian something or other. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, I'm still here. I'm waiting to find out. I'll be going to Leeds at some point for a full checkup to figure out what may have caused all of this. In the preparation for this shock treatment that shocks my heart back into a normal rhythm. So yeah, you can hear the machine bipping away. We are 114, which is higher than it should be. But it might be because I'm talking to you guys. Yeah, so that's what's happening. So I'm waiting to find out if I'm going home today, and then I'll be going to Leeds LGI. They'll be doing their checks. I'll have a scan, and then they'll decide when the shock treatment happens or if there's anything else to be done. So that's where we're at. So I'm waiting for the doctor to come around this morning, and then maybe I'll have a little bit more information. So yeah. Yeah, as some would say, it escalated really quickly, and now I'm here. Hello again. So I've had a breakfast. It was a Special K. They brought me a cup of tea. I'm not allowed caffeine anymore, so this is decaf tea, which is good. So the doctor's just been. They're gonna send me home today. But I've got to wait for pharmacy and the blood thinners and stuff, and then not this Friday but next Friday, and then I'm going to Leeds. I'm going to do all the checks, and then I'll either stay in there or they'll book a date for whatever happens next. So yay, I get to go home. I'm kind of concerned about being at home because I don't have this at home, so I won't be able to find out what's going on. It's gone up. It's 112 now, but apparently the meds, when they kick in today, will bring it back down a little bit. Bing bong. We'll bring it down a little bit, so yeah, get to go home. Yay! So I've had my breakfast, the doctors have been round, I'm going home today, and I've just had some student doctors come round and see me and listen to my heart because it's interesting and stuff. They were listening to the melody valve and what's going on in there, and I was just telling them my story because they were interested about you know, how it's affected my life. And then I mentioned Ellie, so we talked about that. I told them about there's an article coming out, and they said that it was really interesting to actually hear it from, you know, someone. So yeah, so now it's just a case of more waiting for meds so I can go home. Morning! Yes, I probably look a mess, but there we are. It's now Thursday morning. Monday night I had me due. Ended up in hospital. I was in hospital Tuesday, came home last night, well, sort of mid-afternoon, had a sleep yesterday, and yeah, it's 6:15 in the morning. I don't normally get up this early, it's normally about 7, but Alfie wanted to get up, and my boyfriend was already up doing stuff because he goes to work early. And bless him, look what he's done this morning. He's created me a little diary so we can put my morning and afternoon heart rate in it. There's my sort of tablets and stuff here. We've got the heart rate before it all went wrong over here that I was filling in for the doctors, and sort of where I can put in when I've had my tablets and stuff. So yeah, so today I'm feeling, I wouldn't say it's short of breath, but it's harder, if that makes sense. You know when you're exhausted and it's harder to breathe? I feel like that. Throughout the night my heart was making lots of weird flutters. I've been checking my heart rate on my iWatch, genius invention. So literally I've put it on the top screen, and I can just show you. It checks it regularly, which is just fantastic. 117, which is a bit high still. But what I find, but this has only been a few days, is it kind of increases. I have the tablets, it comes back a bit, and then kind of stays there, and then more tablets, you know, type thing. So yeah, so I'm home until next Friday, where I go to Leeds and they do all the scans and the checks and everything, and then they book in this shock treatment, but they obviously need to know what's happening with the valve. From what the I don't know what you call them, trainee doctors, the sort of apprenticeship ones, were saying under here is the mechanical valve, because they can hear clicking. On this side is a pig valve, they think, but this is just from listening. And then the top two, I think, are my own, we think. So I've got my little diagram here of where they are and stuff. Yeah, so today's going to be an easy day. I may try and teach later, but it'll probably be an easy, just laid back thing. If I need to cancel, I'll cancel. But I'm just my body's very, it's just, yeah. Everything is tiring, everything. And no more caffeine in my life ever. Well, I think that's it for this vlog. I've just managed to get up the stairs and I feel exhausted now. I was just going to have a look at the computer, that's all, but yeah. So today's just been watching films. I watched Dear Evan Hansen. I saw it recently with Alex and it was awesome, made me cry a lot. I just watched the film, made me cry again. Probably not a good afternoon. Anyway, I'm just going to have a look at the computer, maybe see if I've missed any emails. I got a new gadget though. As you probably know, I like my gadgets, so I've got a trackpad for my Mac here. I actually got it because when I do my radio show, you can hear the clicking of the mouse. So I thought if I have the trackpad, you're not going to get all the clicking noises. But anyway, I'm going to sign off. I'm so tired. My body's just... so I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye, loves.